Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we discussed about the two columnar cash book. So in that there are also three types of two columnar cash book. First one is cash and the discount columnar cash book. We saw that with the help of an example. Now let's start with the second type of two columnar cash book, that is cash and the bank columnar cash book. So in the first one there was a cash and discount, so discount column was involved. So in this type, cash and bank columnar cash book, so two types of columns are given, that is cash and bank. So now let's discuss in detail. In this type of cash book, an additional column bank is inserted on both the sides of simple cash book. Like discount, in the last example we saw that discount allowed and discount received column at these two were the additional columns, correct? But now in this bank column, that is additional column of bank is inserted on both the side of simple cash book. This column is kept to record the transactions with the bank. Bank account is treated as personal account, correct? So hence debit the receiver and credit the giver. Because bank account is considered as the personal account, hence you have to debit the receiver and credit the giver. Remember this rule. Rule of personal account will be applicable. Such cash book has bank account and cash account. In this case, as the bank is treated as a person, the rule of personal account will be applied and the cash account is treated as an asset, and so the rule of real account is applicable. So when first one is cash is deposited, second one is check is deposited, third one is draft is deposited, fourth one is any debtor deposited monetary directly in the bank, then fifth one is bank credit interest or various incomes after collecting the same in our account, our bank balance is increased. So in these transactions, the bank is the receiver. The examples that we saw there, first one was cash deposited, check is deposited. So in these transactions, the bank is the receiver because bank balance is increasing. So bank is the receiver, hence it will be debited as per the rule of personal account. So in cash book, the above mentioned transactions will be recorded on the debit side in the bank column. And second example is when first one is cash is withdrawn from the bank, then amount is paid by check, then bank debits the bank commission charges, then bank overdraft interest, and then fourth one is bank pays expenses like electricity bill, insurance premium, telephone bill, etc. on our behalf. Our bank balance, in this case bank balance is reduced, means bank balance is decreasing. So in these transactions the bank is the giver, hence it will be credited as per the rule. Therefore, the above mentioned transactions will be recorded on the credit side of the cash book in the bank column. Got it? So for recording the bank transactions in the cash book, the rule of personal account will be applied, that is debit the receiver. If bank balance is increasing, then bank is the receiver, therefore you have to debit the receiver, and if bank balance is decreasing, then credit the bank account, means debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay, now let's see the meaning of bank overdraft. What to do if there is any bank overdraft transactions. So when a trader makes agreement with the bank to withdraw more than the balance. You all know the meaning of bank overdraft. That is when the trader makes agreement with the bank to withdraw more than the balance in his account up to a fixed amount. Such facility is known as bank overdraft. So when the trader gets bank overdraft facility, the bank balance can be debited or credited. If the bank column has the credit balance, it shows more withdrawal, that is overdraft. So if the bank column has a credit balance. Bank column has a credit balance, then it shows more withdrawal, or we can say overdraft. Interest is payable at a fixed rate on such bank overdraft account. Thus, if the total of receipt side of the bank in the cash book is more than the total of payment side, then it is known as the closing bank balance. So, if the receipt side of the bank column in the cash book is more than the total of payment side, then it is known as the closing bank balance. But if the credit side is more than the debit side of the bank column in the cash book, then it is known as overdraft. But in case of total of receipt side of the bank column in the cash book is more than the total of payment side, then it is known as closing bank balance. Got it? Here is everything is given. But if the total of payment side in the cash book is more than the total receipt side, then it is known as closing bank overdraft. If the opening balance with the bank is bank balance, it is shown on the debit side of the cash book in the bank column as the balance brought down. Like cash brought down, you make the entry of opening balance and closing balance of cash, correct? Same way, you have to also make the opening balance, show the opening balance brought down, bank balance, and write that amount in the bank column. So, if the opening balance with the bank is bank balance, then it is shown on the debit side of the cash book in the bank column as balance brought down. And if the opening balance with the bank is bank overdraft, then it is shown on the credit side of the cash book in the bank column as balance brought down. Got it? For the bank overdraft balance, bank overdraft opening balance of bank overdraft, it is shown on the debit side as balance carried forward overdraft. Got it? Okay. Now let's see the meaning of contra transactions. Contra transactions means such financial transactions in which cash and bank, both the accounts, get affected. For example, cash withdrawn from bank or cash deposited in the bank. In this case, both the account is affected, cash account as well as the bank account. This type of transactions is recorded on both the sides of the cash book when cash and bank columnar cash book is kept. Got it? You have to remember all these rules. Okay, that's why I am reading it loud right now, because this is very important. These rules, you have to remember these rules while preparing the cash and bank columnar book, because without remembering this book, you guys will not be able to prepare the cash book. Okay, so please remember these rules. We have seen that such cash and bank columnar cash book serves the purpose of cash account and bank account. Thus, when such cash book is maintained, cash and bank accounts are not required to be opened separately. Contra transactions affects only cash and bank account. Hence, posting is not required, but see, that is contra will be written in the ledger folio number, that is LF columns. Generally, contra transactions are of two types. First one is cash deposited in the bank and the cash withdrawn from the bank. So now let's first see the first one, that is cash deposited in the bank from business. So when the cash is deposited in the bank, cash balance is reduced on one hand and bank balance is increased on the other hand. When cash is deposited in the bank, cash is reducing from the business, so cash balance is reducing, and on the other hand bank balance is increasing. For example, cash of rupees 2000 is deposited in the bank, so after business account, cash is reducing and it was deposited in the bank. So in the same way, bank balance is also increasing. So this is known as the contra transactions. So 2000 will be recorded on the receipt side. It means debit side of the cash book in the bank column, and the cash account will be written in the particulars column. Whereas the same of rupees 2000 will be recorded on the payment side. It means that credit side of cash book in the cash column and bank account will be written in the particulars column. Further, contra will be written in the LF number column of the cash book on both the sides. As contra transactions are not required to be posted, therefore LF number is not required. But in order to know the nature of transaction, C is shown in that column. So for any contra transactions, C is written in the LF folio number. You all know that there is one column of LF number, correct? So whenever there is a contra transactions given, you have to write the C in the LF column. Got it? Now second type of contra transaction is cash withdrawn from the bank for business. When cash is withdrawn from the bank, cash balance is increased because it is deposited in the business. Therefore, cash balance is increasing and bank balance is decreasing because it is withdrawn from the bank. For example, cash of rupees 3000 is withdrawn from the bank. So bank account will be written in particulars column, whereas the same 3000 rupees will be recorded on the payment side. It means credit side of the cash book in the bank column and cash account will be written in the purchase particulars column. Further, C will be written in LF number column of cash book when above transaction is recorded in cash and bank columnar cash book. Got it? So these are the various points that you have to remember before preparing the cash and bank columnar cash book. These are very important points to be remembered by you guys. That's why I have read the whole theory, because I know you will not read the entire book. That's why I'm reading out each and every line, because it is very important to know the rules of preparing the cash and bank columnar cash book. So today we are going to stop here. In the next video we would be discussing how to prepare the cash and bank columnar cash book with the help of an example. So if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.